Hello and welcome in this little video. Oh, I need to unlock. Perfect. And in this little video, what we are going to do, well, it's simple. We are going to fix an issue or just building an API. It depends. You know, it's funny because when we fix an issue, like, we tend to focus only on the issue itself. We create a dirty fix and we say, oh, it's really urgent, we have a problem on production, we have to release this dirty fix, we don't have time. And then after, we tend to never have time to create a better fix. And so that dirty fix stays on the code base for even years. It's a danger. We need to create directly, right away, a ticket and working right away after releasing the dirty fix, working right away to a better fix, or just being prioritized for the next sprint. That's probably better if you are working with sprints. Otherwise, again, it's context switching. You have something coming up and then you just need to go on something else because on production, it's on fire. So you have to fix that issue and then you have to create a better fix, and then finally you are never there because there's always another ticket to address, and that can be quite a big issue. Anyways, we digress. So now I would like probably to create, what are we going to create? Maybe a small API. Yeah, we can just create a small API. So first I will do I will see if I have already code or project. I have a project folder here, so I will do mk directory for API simple. Let's go that way, and then we can just go inside, and here I will just do npm init y. Perfect. And I create my JSON package file. That's a file, as you can see. Beautiful. And here I will add Express probably. So I will quickly go npm JS, and here Express. Perfect. Let's install that one. Awesome. And we can just do npm install. I is a shortcut for install. It's just less characters to type, so that's why usually engineers, developers tend to use I instead. Alright, so now we have it. Now we can create our server.js.ts. The other thing we will install is TypeScript, actually, because we want to use TypeScript. So that's an important one to install. Or we can actually move it to, I will just do npm remove TypeScript, my bad. We can move it to a dev dependency, because we don't need that on prod. Npm I or install. D for dev save, and then I will also install the types, so TypeScript, Express, and Node, and again I will use D. Perfect. Now I will initiate the TS config, so you can either create your TS config like this, or you can use TSC. You can use tpx tsc, or if you have it already on your machine like I do tsc and then init. And from there you can see it creates for me a default ts config file, so I can have a look. Actually, I can do code vs code ts config to see what's inside. All right. Oh yeah, you see it adds also a lot of comments, but that's okay. So that's our file. So now if we check, if we do a ls, we have our server.ts and our ts config file. All right, so now let's open our server.ts file and let's start writing code inside. And here we will import Express, of course, from Express. That's not a surprise. And then we will have our app. So we create a constant app. Don't use new. Sometimes you can see that, especially in old applications. New, but it's redundant. You don't need new here because it's a function and it's not a class. We don't need to create an object. And then const port, the port 300. It depends actually. If another application is already running on that port, then you might need to change to another port like 3006. But usually 3000 it's a okay number. Or I'm sorry, there's a plane. Like I'm not very far from the airport, so that's why you hear some planes. It's quite nice. And then I like it because it's like, you know, holidays, going somewhere. Anyways, so here we will have our first endpoint, and then after we will just start the server. So listen to the port 3000, and we can have a console log. As simple as that. Hello, we can actually change our endpoint to hello, and then we can do hello, and here the request, it could be request dot params, and then name, for instance. That's just an example. So let's see here. I will just do probably const equals. Oh yeah, let's use query actually. That will be easier because it's a query. We don't use parameter, something a little bit different in your API. When you add a parameter in the header, a query is what you have, like a get query. So here we just do params.name, and that will work. And well, we don't know actually. Let's have a look. So because it's TS, we need to compile first this. So how to do that? We need to go to here to package.json, and there I need to have, let's do start. Yeah, that's correct. And then here we need to use NodeJS. Yeah, we can use actually NodeJS, and then after we can do like a server. For us it will be server.ts. NodeJS is not recommended on production, of course, because it's a bit too slow, but on development server that's fine. NodeJS. Alright, npm install, of course, like this. And then let's quickly go there again, package. For production we can have build here, and we can use tsc, so it will execute our TypeScript. Not just tsc should be okay. And then we don't need other parameters, and then we can have like prod, and here what we'll do, yeah, we do npm run build, which is that command, and then we do end npm no, actually, sorry, we need node actually, and because it depends where the compiled file will be, but usually it will be in dist. So dist and then server.js, that will be the compiled file. So build will compile the file into our, let's have a look here actually. Yeah, no, it should be a dist. It's normally the default folder, and it will compile the TypeScript file into a JavaScript vanilla file, and then it will be sitting in the dist folder. And here after we call node to understands the server.js file. And that's pretty much it for production. And this is what we are going to use with Node.js. So we can have a try actually, and I can even open my terminal. You can do Control and then the tilde to open your terminal, and you can do npm start. Let's see. Node.js not found. Oh, we have this issue because it's not Node.js, it's TS Node, like that, and not Node.js. My bad. So TS Node, and I wonder why there was a package called Node.js. So let's remove it. Node.js. Someone created a package called Node.js, but we need to install TS Node. Perfect. Alright, TS Node, and there, yeah. Now we should be good to go. You can always use npx, otherwise you could even do npx ts node and then server.ts if you would like to directly in your terminal. So in your terminal you can do npx ts node and then server.ts or index.txt, or you know, the name of your file. So let's try now. Npm start. And let's see, we have a different issue. Oh yeah, that's okay. It's because my port, I'm already using the port 3000. So like I said, now we can just do 3005. And now it's running on localhost 3005, amazing. If I copy, paste this one, and I go to my browser, I paste this localhost. For you, the port might be just 3000 or, you know, another one, that doesn't really matter. We just press enter. Here we have nothing, because if you look back on our server.ts file, it's pretty simple. We only have one endpoint. This one, that's the only endpoint we have. We can create another one. So here we have hello. So there we can create another one, get, but just the / endpoint. So that's the root endpoint, and we can say welcome to my API. This is a get request. Perfect. And we can save it like this. I will just zoom a little bit. Perfect. I will go back to my browser. I need, because I'm using, that's the only problem actually, because I'm using this one, TS Node, and not Nodemon. I need to refresh my server every time, otherwise it doesn't have the new changes. So what I will do, refreshing, I mean stopping your server. You need to stop and restart. That's what I mean by refresh, because it doesn't have Nodemon. You can maybe change, like if you have a look, Nodemon, TS Node. Oh, I did click there actually. Maybe it has been a while ago, I forgot. And here we can see, apparently I went there before, but I forgot if there was a solution. Nodemon. Oh, do Nodemon supports TS? Oh yeah, it does actually. Looks like we can use that. Yeah, so here you see, and you can use TS Node there with a map, the execution map. So that could be an option to do. Otherwise you have to stop and restart your server, which I just did now. And so now you can see welcome to my API. And if I do / hello, and then I press enter, I have undefined, because we use the query, and this is undefined. But if I mention !, name equals Pierre, I will see hello world Pierre, because the name is what I'm using there. But what we can do is to use the coalescing operator, like hello world, and then we can do how are you, or hello world, or maybe we can just mention nothing actually. And if we refresh, oh, I need to stop my server again. My server is running now, and if I just remove the name, I have only hello world, you see, and collecting operator is this. So question mark, twice question mark, collecting. So just a double question mark, and the null collecting operator, it has different meaning, but that's what it does. And here you see, so the value, so basically I can just paste the link, but basically what it does, and here we just do knowledge collection operator, we copy paste that. Perfect. So what it does, this one, if it's defined, let's display it. If not, this is a value. If not, we can say you, for instance. And now I stop my server, I'll restart, and if I refresh here, you see hello world you, because we have nothing. That's a good way to have less code thanks to the knowledge collecting operator. So you see that's a start of an API running with NodeJS, of course, but also ExpressJS and TypeScript. I hope it helps and you can start implementing more endpoints from there. Be careful also when you use param name to make sure that you sanitize the value, making sure there are any like code injection there. You know, sometimes you would have the XSS. So XSS is one of the most common vulnerability, the cross-site scripting, and people will just do like something, not even sure if here it will work, but something like this: script alert hacked, and then script. You see, it does work because it's not sanitized. So you have to be careful. So if someone pastes a link with your API and that person sends that link, that dangerous link, because your website doesn't sanitize the value, and a bad person would know that and they would just inject a bad script. Alert is not a bad script, but you can have a bad JavaScript inside, and they would send that link to a person to say, hey, visit that website. The person clicks there, and your website, because your website is not secure, it will execute the bad JavaScript code injected in the query here. So be careful, like it could be about stealing cookies or things like that. Stealing cookies is a common one. But yeah, here you have seen already the basics of writing an API. With Copilot, as you can see, we can go further. Here's a post endpoint. We have post, we can have patch as well for updates. Alright, that's all for now. I wish you a happy coding, and I wish you all the best for implementing more endpoints in your API. See you in another video. Bye bye.